Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Salatu wassalam ala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum to anyone who's up and in a room. I just wanted to do a little advice to the younger people, especially brothers. It may be late and not much people may be watching. But if it helps one brother, then it was worth it. When you're young, and growing up, a lot of young people like to say, I don't care what anyone thinks. Like, I'm my own man, I'm young, I'm strong, I'm hench, I'm this, I'm whatever. I'm my own man. But the reality is, the vast majority of decisions you make when you're young, especially in your teenage years, are based upon what other people want you to do. Now, people won't admit it. People won't, put their hands up and say, but as a young boy growing up, what you'll find is that most of your actions are not done because you sincerely want to do them, but you're either trying to fit in or be accepted. So, you're not put on or people think you're cool. So, what you'll find is, if you look at any group, whether it be college, whether it be on the council estate, whether it be school, whether it be even uni, when you see a group of people, you'll find that in that group of people, there will be maybe there'll be 1, 2, or 3 people that lead the group, and everyone else who's part of that group is like a sheep and tries to do things to fit into that group. Let me repeat that again. When you're in school, whether that's secondary school, or whether you're in college, or maybe uni as well, when you'll find a crowd, different crowds and so forth. And what you'll find in a crowd, you'll find in that crowd of people, there's either 1 leader, 2 leaders, or at max 3 people who lead that crowd and choose what they're going to do, and the rest of the people are sheep who try to fit into that crowd. So what you should ask yourself, if you're a person who's in secondary school at the moment, or college, or chills out on the Endz or whatever and so forth, ask yourself, look at my group of friends. 1, am I a follower? Or 2, am I a leader? Now, if there's a crowd of students of knowledge, and they're all different levels, and they control the group to do good or to do bad, then that's not a problem, because when you're hanging around with them, their good advice, their good actions and stuff is going to rub off at you, and when they're controlling the group, they're going to control you to do good. But generally in secondary school, colleges, university, these places, the group is not controlling you to do good. So, when you're a young brother growing up in the West, especially when you're born into a Muslim family, like I feel alhamdulillah that I wasn't born into a Muslim family. I really am grateful that I wasn't born into a Muslim family, because I think when you're born into something, you take it for granted. Like, a person that's born into wealth or a rich family is not like the person who was poor and then became rich. They will never appreciate money the same or wealth the same. I'm not saying you won't have a rich person with a drive, with motivation and stuff like that, but the person that was poor and became rich and the person that was born into rich, they will never appreciate money the same, even if they both respect money or are grateful. Just like Islam as well. I think when you're born into a Muslim family, and some of this is, when you're born into a Muslim family, you take it for granted because it's around you all the time and so forth, even if it's a cultural Muslim family. So what happens is, when you're born into a Muslim family and you start reaching your late teens or mid-teens or whatever, your early 20s and stuff like that, your family, even if they're a cultural Muslim family, because unfortunately a lot of Muslim families are just cultural nowadays. They don't sit down and teach their kids Tawheed, Aqidah, you know, manhaj, who are the companions and stuff. It's just like, okay, we're Muslim, we're in the West, it's Ramadan, so we fast. It's Eid, everyone else is celebrating, so we celebrate Eid, you know. You know, it's from our culture to send our kids madrasa and so forth, so we send our kids madrasa and so forth, you know. But anyway, when you're a young person, you're growing up in London, and you reach teenage years, when you've been a kid, your parents have tried to keep you away from haram, whether it's drink, you know, whether it's boyfriend and girlfriends, whether it's some parents smoke, some don't, but they try and keep you away from drugs. So what happens is that when you reach teenage years, shaitan comes to you, yeah? And because you have no reference point, shaitan will come to you and he'll say, I wonder what, like, he'll say to you, and you'll see your non-Muslim, like, school friends or college friends or whatever, and shaitan will say to you, boy, I wonder what it's like to go to a rave. I wonder what it's like to have a girlfriend. I wonder what it's like to smoke a spliff. I wonder what it's like, you know, to, I don't know, try this and try that. Yeah? And unfortunately, because, alhamdulillah, your parents have tried to shelter you away from haram, you think that you're missing out on so much. Like, a lot of people don't understand, like, they don't understand, like, how come young people are becoming Muslims, yeah? Young people in their early 20s are becoming Muslim in a country where you're free to do whatever you want, you know? Assalamu alaikum to everyone who's coming in the room. I'm going to check the comments after, say salams to everyone and so forth. But I can't keep watching the comments or I'll lose track of what I'm saying. But yeah, so what I'm saying is that a lot of the things that when you reach teenage years or your early 20s and stuff that you're so curious about, and you're wondering so much about and thinking that they're so great, you know, whether it be clubbing, whether it be girlfriends or boyfriends, or whether it be smoking or drinking or whatever and so forth. Because like I said, shaitan comes to a lot of the reasons, things that you think are so great, you only think they're so great because you haven't been allowed to do them. Yeah. So you're like there's this great pull, this great curiosity, like, I just want to see once what it's like to do this, or what it's like to do that, or what it's like to do that. And maybe you see people going out on the weekends, talking to their friends, I'm going to go out raving, or we're going to go around Thingy's house, or we're going to smoke, or we're going to do A, B, C, whatever. But because you're not allowed to do it, you really feel that you're missing out. Unless Allah has blessed you with ikhlas and yaqeen, you know, sincerity, yaqeen, and you know, because Allah says in the Quran that there's no benefit in this and there's no pleasure in this. Like, you actually believe it. But the vast majority of people, you know, because they haven't experienced it, they think the grass is green on the other side. Not that they don't believe that smoking, drinking and clubbing and all this stuff is haram and it's wrong and stuff like that, but they just want to see what it's like. And that's what I'm saying, when you get to teenagers, you know, early 20s, shaitan comes to you and says, you know, oh, you're missing out, man. I wonder what a rave is like. I wonder what smoking is like. I wonder what drinking is like. And this is the sad thing, because there should be a hint to you that it's not as big or it's not as enjoyable as it's made out to be. I'll tell you why. Why are people, young people in their early 20s, early teens, early 20s, they're in this country, they're in the West, they're allowed to smoke, they're allowed to drink, you know, they're allowed to have girlfriends, they're allowed to rave, they're in the West, they can do whatever they want. But these people find out about Islam, they're aware of all the rules, they're aware that music is haram, they're aware that boyfriend and girlfriends are haram, they're aware that, you know, free mixing is haram, they're aware that Islam has all these rules, yeah, but yet, in this free world, in this democracy, in this England of freedom, yeah, they are still choosing to become Muslim, yeah, and put these rules on top of themselves and practice. Why? Ask yourself that question. Why? If when I'm a Muslim teen and I'm growing up, and shaitan's coming to me and telling me I need to try spliff, I need to try drinking, I need to try girlfriend or boyfriend and do all this stuff, yeah, and it's so great and I'm losing out, yeah, or, you know, I'm missing out, yeah. then ask yourself, if it's so great and it's so enjoyable, why are non-Muslim people are not even religious? Yeah, like, find out about Islam, becoming Muslim, not when they're old. Yeah, there's people that are 90 years old becoming Muslim, people that are deathbed becoming Muslim. There's people, but why are people in this country of freedom choosing to become Muslim and choosing to put these rules over them if it's so great out there? The reason why it's not. And all these things just seem so great to you because you're not allowed to do it. You get what I'm saying? All these people, and because, you know, all this raving, this smoking, this girlfriend, this boyfriend, all this kind of stuff, it just seems great to you because you're not allowed to do it. But when you're being free to rave and smoke and drink and fornicate and do all this kind of stuff, and it's there every day and it's around you and so forth, it's dead, you know? But the point I was trying to say to the young brothers is that, or the young people, is that, yeah, a lot of the things you do, yeah, when you're young, even though you say you don't care about what other people think, and you're your own person, and you're a grown up and this, that, and the other, most of your choices are done, yeah, to fit in with the crowd, yeah. And like I said to you, if you look at any group, yeah, any group on the Endz, in secondary school, in college, you have a few people, 1 or 2 people that are leaders, and the rest are sheep that try to fit in, yeah, to what the crowd says. And normally what you have to do to get into that group is you have to do naughty things or act a certain way or be mischievous, bad, yeah, to join a group. And when you do join a group, yeah, you're never going to be accepted as one of the top. You'll just be seen like a mascot or a pet. So I don't know whether it's swearing, whether it's backbiting and stuff like that. You know, you'll find a Muslim in school, in college, in university, or just on hanging out on the ends. And for these people to accept them, yeah, they will, you know, I don't know, swear, they start smoking, you know, they start drinking, you know, she might like start wearing a school uniform a certain way just to be accepted. And that type of friendship is humiliating, yeah, and it's a slave-master relationship, you know. So the best way for a Muslim to be, yeah, is that when you're in secondary school, when you're in college, when you're in uni or whatever these places, you be yourself, you be a Muslim. You follow what you believe to be true, yeah? You follow your own principles. You don't become like a clown where you jump when they say jump, you know, that you smoke when they smoke, you drink when they drink, you pull your skirt up when they pull their skirts up, you wear makeup when they wear makeup, you know what I'm saying? You bully a certain person when the crowd is bullying a certain person. You be your own person. Because it's better for you, yeah, to be a real you, yeah, than to be a clown to be accepted. And what you'll find is like I said, there's 2 ways you can make friends. Either you see the group, or the cool group, or the bunch of the in crowd, or the popular crowd, and you act like a clown, yeah, for them to accept you and pat you on your head like a little mascot or a little, you know, joker. And then you do see, and what you'll find is when you, for you to be accepted in that group, you exaggerate doing bad things so that they always praise you. Like, so whether it's bullying a certain person or smoking, drinking, you'll do it. You'll rush to do it to earn the acceptance, and then you just become humiliated. Or what you do is you live your life as a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? You don't swear, you don't smoke, you don't drink. You know what I'm saying? You don't flirt with the opposite gender and this, that, and the other, and so forth. Yeah? You don't pretend that you're all these things like you're not a virgin or this, that, and the other, and so forth, and you sleep around. Like, you be yourself. And then what you'll find is when you be yourself and you're just doing what you're supposed to be doing in school, college, or uni, you know what I'm saying, and you're studying and you're going to your lessons and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you'll find you'll draw people that see you're a person of principle. Like when you find someone, you see someone on their own, just going about their business, going to class, you know, not going late, like doing their work, doing their whatever they're supposed to be doing. yeah, and you see this person not a yes person, they're not going around the back and smoking or bunking school or this. You attract people you attract people that think, yeah, that person's serious, that person's not a clown. Yeah, that person is like a real person, and you'll draw people to like that, and they become friends with you. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There's two ways you can make friends. Either you be a clown to be accepted into a group, or you be your own person on your own, and slowly over time you attract people who respect you for who you are, and so forth. And that's what I'm saying. It's better to be known as the real you, yeah, than to be a clown and accepted, for something you're not, you know. And the reason why we're saying this is that, especially brothers, yeah, a lot of brothers, when they're young, they try and take shortcuts. And I'm saying this to brothers. Maybe not everyone can relate, because I myself, before I was Muslim, made a lot of mistakes in and out of the system. Court, police station, community service, jail. Wasted a lot of years of this, that, and the other, and so forth, doing my own thing. Yeah? And the reality of this life is, brothers, especially brothers, is that you either have to work hard when you're young, or you either have to work hard when you're old. Like, you'll see a lot of brothers now who, what will happen is that they might be from a good two-parent family. Their dad works hard, their mother does nothing but look after them, maintain the home, love them, their mother is like basically a servant to them, just cleaning up around them, loving them, just making sure everything is perfect for them. And sometimes because the father, I'll say this again, and guys, sometimes I'm going to go into lots of different subjects, because when you talk about something, it's not just one issue. Yeah, I have to admit, when it comes to Muslim fathers, I'll say this. Yeah, I say that when it comes to Muslim fathers, they're 100 times better than non-Muslim fathers, because non-Muslim fathers generally, they're not even in the picture, because they were not planning to have a family. They went out clubbing, they met a girl, they went back to a hotel, whatever, she got pregnant. Man's living YOLO, so he was never planning to have a family, because family is like prison to non-Muslim men. It's like Felton, it's like Wandsworth, it's like prison. Why do I need to have family? I just sleep around with as much girls as possible until I'm too old and I die. That's it. That's life. So I have to be honest and say, look, non-Muslim families, 9 out of 10 of them not even in the picture. But when it comes to Muslim fathers, I gotta say that most brothers could say, yeah, I know who my father is, and 9 out of 10 Muslim fathers, they're around, But the problem that I see with Muslim fathers, because I deal with a lot of young brothers here from two-parent families, is that Muslim fathers are around, they're financially present, but a lot of them are not mentally present. Meaning they're financially present, meaning they're there, they pay their bills, they work hard, they make sure the rent and obviously the bills and all this kind of stuff is done and taken care of. They're excellent at that. But when it comes to have communication with their sons, or to talking to their sons, or having a relationship with their sons, they're like robots, like dead. Like, no communication, no love, no feelings, just I pay the bills. That makes me a good father. That makes me no. But anyway, that's a whole different subject. So what you'll find is that a lot of Muslim boys, they have no relationship with their father. So it's like you'll find Muslim boys who come from an affluent family or a wealthy family, but yet they're still out. They're going out to sell drugs. They don't need the money. But they're going out to sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't get attention at home. Their fathers never told them to care about them, or they love them. But anyway, you find that Muslim boys are getting into trouble when they come from financially secure backgrounds. Yeah. And the reason why we're saying this is, I'm saying this is because I find a lot of Muslim boys are getting into crime, yeah, and robberies and gangs and this, that, and the other, and so forth, yeah. And the reality of this situation is that you got two choices in it. Either me now, if I could go back to before I was a Muslim and so forth, I wouldn't give a monkey's what anyone thought. You see what I'm saying? I would have been that. I would have been the square in the classroom. I would have wore the glasses. I would have had the briefcase. I would have been early. I would be 10 minutes early for every lesson, and all these kind of things, you know. But a lot of brothers now, young brothers who coming from good homes, they're messing their life up, you know. And for me as a convert, it's confusing. When you come from, you know what I'm saying, you come from a two-parent house, your whole year, your dad works, your mother loves you, yeah. You know what I'm saying, your father will pay for your driving lessons and help you financially and stuff like that. It makes no sense to me as a convert revert why brothers from a good background are messing their life up. So you've got a dad that provides, he'll help you with certain things, you know what I'm saying? He'll trying to help you go to university or whatever or so forth. He's trying to help you with your marriage and this, that, and the other and so forth. But yeah, you want to mess your life up, so you want to start hanging out with people in gangs, you want to start getting involved in crime, you intentionally messing your life up. It makes no sense to me, you know. A lot of people from the street, they do wrong things to get out of the ghetto or to get out of the streets, yeah. So they don't have to live in these situations. Yeah, people coming from good backgrounds are messing their life up to gain what? I don't understand, you know. But anyway, the whole point is now is that you got a choice in it. You can either now, as a brother, you know, decide to bunk school, bunk college, you know, hang out at one of your friends' hostels or whatever, bum weed all the time, listen to tunes, chat about rappers' beefs and chat about gang beefs all day and just live the same day over and over and over and over and over and over again. You know, so you're not getting no qualifications, not getting no, not learning a trade, not trying to set up your own business. And you could do that in your in your teens and your 20s and stuff like that, and so forth. But the reality of the situation is that sooner or later, you're going to have to, yeah, get back into work. You're going to have to. I said, either you're going to work hard when you're young, or you're going to work harder if you're old. All the people that I saw as rude boys and bad man and had this name and from Junction and 28 and this place and that place and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. All of them now, the older ones, are either dead, in jail, in a mental home for smoking too much weed and drugs. Yeah. Or they've been forced back into normal retail jobs, forced it to work in Tesco's and Sainsbury's with 16-year-olds and 17 years old, and they do not have a choice anymore because they've got no qualifications, they've got no trade, they never set up a business and so forth. So it's either, and this time with all this social media, this is like one of the best times to set up a business. Like, you got social media, all these free social medias, yeah, that you can do free advertising. You know how much advertising cost before there was social media? So it's like either now, that's what I'm saying, you just bunk. You can be the clown now if you want to and act hard. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, you can bunk school, you can bunk college, you can mess up all your grades and stuff like that. Chill out with the guys, smoke weed, and for the next 10 years, just sit down in that same room, burning weed, listen to tunes, doing things with girls or whatever, this, that, the other, and so forth. Yeah. Getting into unnecessary beefs with other people. Yeah. And you can let 10 years fly past. Because I want to tell you something here. You see, from when you're in school, time goes slow. Like, school will seem like it's going forever. You see, then when you go, like, college, yeah, like, I would say from your 20s onwards, life goes a bit faster. But I'm telling you, from, like, your mid-20s to, like, time starts flying. You're going to turn around and 10 years have gone, 5 years have gone. Yeah? So the whole thing is that you can either be the clown now and just mess up everything. The grades, not getting a trade, not getting grades, or not trying to set up your own business. Yeah? And you can just bunk your life, whether you go in and out of jail, whether you just hanging out with the man them and stuff like that. But you're gonna get to a stage, yeah, where you're gonna have to start working. because you can't do the crime thing forever. I see brothers and stuff trying to get into this crime thing, yeah. And a lot of brothers, they can go in and out of jail because they live in their mum's house. So whenever they come out, yeah, of jail, they can just, like, the only way you can go in and out of jail all the time, yeah, is if you're a bum and you have no responsibilities. The only way you can go in and out of jail is if you're a bum and you have no responsibilities. Because if you have responsibilities, yeah, you know, whether people rely on you, you know, and this, that, and the other, you can't go inside jail because everything stops running, everything falls apart. Your flat falls apart, your job falls apart, your business falls apart, your trade falls apart, and so forth. So the only way you can go in and out of jail is if you have no worth, like, meaning that you're irrelevant in society, you know? But what happens is that most brothers, because they're living in their mum's house or their father's house and stuff, they can go in and out of jail because there's always a house to come out of there. But once your mum passes away, or once you don't have your mum's house to go back to, yeah, it's problems. Because then you're going to be homeless. And you are not going to get a place off the council. You're not going to, unless you're a girl and you're pregnant or you're an immigrant, you are not getting a place as a male in this country. Yeah? And you're not going to be able to afford private rent. So the whole thing is that you either work hard when you're young and you set up your business, you put the work in while you're young, and then you get to live neatly when you're older. Or you joke around and you hang around with the Wasteman, smoking weed, checking girls, getting fights with other boys and stuff like that. And eventually when you start reaching your late 30s, your early 40s and stuff like that, you're forced back into any retail job. And then, like I said, there's nothing wrong with working at Sainsbury's and Tesco's if that's your choice. And if you love it, if it's your choice. But when it's not your choice and you're forced to work with 16 and 17-year-olds and this, that, and the other and so forth, and you've got no qualifications, you've got no trade, you've got no business, you've got no nothing, yeah, then you're just going to realize, you know, that it was all just a waste of time. And the Prophet ﷺ said, yeah, that the believer, one, he learns from the mistakes of others, yeah, and two, the believer is not stung, yeah, by the same thing twice, you know. So the whole thing is that, like, my just advice, yeah, like, to brothers is, like, just don't be a yes man. That's one thing Islam taught me. You see, when you're a convert or revert to Islam, yeah, because when you become a Muslim, your lifestyle changes, like, and your closest friends, yeah, that you used to spend every day with, yeah, you start to drift apart, you know. And this is most probably happening with people who were born into a Muslim family, but weren't always practicing, but then started practicing. Like, my closest friends, who I spent like every day with, like smoking, hanging out, you know what I'm saying, just like listen to tunes and this, that, and the other and so forth. After I converted and started to try and practice and so forth, like, you start drifting apart. No matter, I don't care, you can know each other for 10 years, 20 years, you could be through life and death situations, but you stop having things in common. So what happens is that their conversation is just obviously girls, you know, beefs and smoking and drinking. It's all haram. So what happens is slowly you start falling up, like, you start becoming distant until now. Like, when I meet my closest friends and so forth from before Islam, like, after we meet and say, like, how's your family and how's your brothers and sisters, and got past all the small talk, there's nothing left to say. And I spent years with this person, you know. And that's the thing I would say to you is that, yeah, it is hard when you're young, yeah, and being your own person and so forth. But you know what? It makes you a strong person. It makes you a strong individual, and it helps you get through tests because you're not a sheep, yeah. So when you lose your friends, when you haven't been practicing, and you be hanging around people that smoke and drink and do all this kind of stuff, and then you start trying to practice, yes, you're gonna lose a lot of friends, yeah. You know, you're not gonna feel comfortable hanging around with people where there's bare haram and stuff like that and so forth. You'll even lose maybe family members because they're like, this guy started to grow his beard. He started trying to pray. He's like, you know, he's always like he's doing wudu and stuff like this. You know, like he's boring now and this, that, and the other. Yeah, you strip, you lose your closest friends and you lose family members. But, you know, you're becoming beloved to Allah. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, and you're learning how to be an independent person. You truly don't care what people think, you know? So all I say is that, brothers, man, don't be a clown, don't be a yes man, you know? Let me tell you a situation like smoking. I tell you, most people that start smoking, Muslim or non-Muslim, yeah, they did not start smoking because they heard that smoking is such a exciting thing. Most people started smoking in secondary school, college, not because anyone told them it tastes nice or it gives you a great feeling, because smoking, it doesn't taste nice, it doesn't feel good, it makes your teeth go yellow, it makes your fingers go yellow, it makes your breath stink, you know what I'm saying, it tastes nasty, like it's just nasty. Everything about smoking cigarettes is disgusting. In fact, if you speak to anyone in their 30s or late 20s who smokes, they will tell you before you start smoking, if they're a smoker, don't ever start smoking. Why? Because most people who smoke, they're hooked and they can't. Like, nicotine is made so in a way that the average person can't get off it. But most people who are older, like I said, in their late 20s or early 30s and stuff, and smoke, they will tell you if they're a smoker, don't ever start smoking. You'll see people smoking and they say, look, don't ever start smoking, and they go for a fag break, yeah? Now, so most people didn't start smoking because it's good or because it tastes so good or it, you know, gives you such a good feeling. Smoking doesn't. It makes you cough, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it messes up your body and stuff like that. Most people started smoking because the cool people were smoking and because they wanted to hang around with them. So to hang around with them, they started smoking even though they didn't want to. And it tastes nasty and it was disgusting and all this stuff. But they did it. They did it just so they could fit in, you know? And from that day onwards, they became a smoker. Yeah. So all I'm trying to say is that, you know, just don't be a yes man. Another thing with brothers is that this thing to do with like girls and stuff like this. I know, growing up in the West, yeah, because the reality is that people always talking this stuff about polygamy and stuff like that and so forth. And I thought, listen, England is a polygamous country, bruv. Like, it's a polygamous country. I don't know whether to forget polygamy. It's not even polygamy. I don't even know what it's called. But you know the peer pressure of being young boys, yeah. Growing up in society, most guys that have a phone and anything that's female and tight jeans, yeah, they chat up and take the number if they can get, and just doing the dinner left, right, and centre. So now you're a boy growing up in this culture, and you know, with your hang around Muslims who don't practice or non-Muslims and so forth, that one of the biggest pressures on you is to, you know, to do zina and so forth. And for guys, it's nothing. Doing zina is nothing because they don't care. It's like, if she gets pregnant, so what? I just throw away my chip. Like they just do not give up monkeys, you know. Like, how many girls they get pregnant or, you know, whose heart they break or whatever. Now, you're a young Muslim growing up there, and I don't care. I don't care if it's 1400 years after the Prophet was here. It will never be normal, yeah, for a Muslim man, yeah, or a Muslim boy to have youths all over the place, or to make, it's normal for Kafir guys to either make girls have abortions or have youths all over the place and not check for them. I don't care if it's a million years, a billion years after the Prophet, it will never be normal for a Muslim guy to have youths everywhere that he doesn't check for, or to make girls have abortion. I don't care if the Hindus do it, the Sikhs do it, the atheists do it, the Christians do it, the monkeys do it. I don't care. Certain things will never be normal, yeah, for Muslims, regardless what everyone else does. I don't care if it's normal for Kafir boys to walk down the street with a spliff behind their ear, or walk down the street walking out, drinking alcohol. It will never, ever, ever be normal, yeah, for a Muslim boy to walk down the street smoking like drinking a pint, yeah, or got an alcohol bottle in his hands and drinking now. And wallahi, everyone, Muslims, even non-Muslims that drink alcohol and smoke weed, yeah, they don't, when they see a Muslim doing it, they think you're a clown. They think you're a lost person. They think this person's lost because I may be lost here, but I'm not religious. That's what they think. And they think, but this is not your life, you know. Wallahi, when you Muslim boys like cut lines in your eyebrows and you start walking around like screwing people, it's like people say, you're a clown, bruv. Your father's a hard worker and your mother's a praying woman who wears hijab. This is not you, you know. But the whole point is this: is that one of the prayer pressures is that as a young boys is to like do zina and sleep around and stuff like that. Yeah, and the thing is this: you might not care now. Like you might be hanging around with like a mixture of non-Muslims or Muslims that don't practice and stuff like that. And you might not care about doing zina and this, that, and the other, or it might have been ages since you listened to a talk or you've been to a masjid and stuff. So like I don't know, haram doesn't seem like a big thing to you and stuff like that. But the thing is this year, if you live this player lifestyle of going around, sleeping around, doing zina here and doing zina here, and you know, so sooner or later, yeah, you're gonna get someone pregnant. Now, once you get someone pregnant, it's problems now, because now this girl is pregnant, yeah. Either you have to murder Allah's creation, yeah, or, yeah, you got three choices. Either be responsible, yeah, which is going to be problems, because your family are going to disown you, and you're going to have hella peer pressure, and with your family it's going to be mash up, because you're not in a position to provide for that baby, and you haven't got a place to raise that baby in, and your parents damn sure ain't going to let you raise a kid from zina, unless this is very, very rare. So there's either you look after, yeah, the kid with bare fitna, which is your fault anyway, or is you murder Allah's creation. I say murder because it's murdering Allah's creation, yeah, or you just disown it, yeah. You disown it. Now most people, even though they're young boys and they're supposed to be henching, supposed to be a man and this, that, and the other, they're going to take the easy way out. They're either going to try, well, it's not an easy way out, but they think it's the easy way out, to either abort it, or they're going to, yeah, just disown it and pretend it doesn't exist. But the thing is this year, I know lots of brothers who, you know, like I said, they were young, and even though they said they know what they're doing and they're their own person and they're a rude boy, a bad man and so forth, and they don't care what other people think. They didn't care what other people think, because they were hanging around with these boys who were free mixing with girls. They ended up getting a girl pregnant, and what happens is now they just run away from the responsibility, you know. So the girl's there, she's pregnant, you know, or they try and force the girl to have an abortion. But the point is this: even if you don't care at your young age, yeah, when you're doing this sinner and you're doing all this clubbing life and this player life, yeah, the thing is this: at some stage you're gonna get older, and when you start getting older, yeah, let's say you was living that player life and you were sleeping around, and every older person that gave you advice, that the advice went in one ear and out the other, and you just thought, oh, you waste man, stop talking about, I know what I'm doing, blah 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 blah, and whatever. Let's just say you have a couple, one ute or two utes or three utes all over the place, yeah. Let's just say that's the argument. Now you might not care when you're young because you're listening to a tune, you're raving, you think you're bad, and you're in your own little two-pack world, yeah. Cool, no problem. The thing is this: I know lots of brothers that did that, yeah. And then what happened is that life went on. So now they're getting older. They're older now, yeah. And they start getting older, yeah. Their hearing's starting to go, yeah. Their eyesight's starting to go, yeah. You know, there's things that happen in people's life when they're young, they don't care. But then as they get older, they start realizing, you know, that, you know, they're going to die soon, yeah. So, you know, there's a hadith that says that, there will be 7 people that are shaded on the day of judgment when there's no shade except the shade of Allah. And quite a few of them hadiths are for young people that practice, because the reality is everyone practices when they get old. when people's their hearing start going, and their back starts hurting, and their knees start hurting, and their eyes start hurting, and they start losing their teeth, and they start, getting pains and stuff, they know they're gonna die. Like, man is not gonna be going, like, when he's 50 years old, with his bent over back and his walking stick here and his false teeth to, like, the club to pick up new chicks and stuff like that, because he knows, death is apparent to me, it's coming, yeah. So what you'll find is that when people are in their late 30s and stuff like that, whether they were religious or not, and they were these young boys sleeping around doing zina, doing left or right, what you find is they start practicing it anyway, yeah, because, you're getting later on in life, and all that partying and all that smoking and drinking, all this kind of haram stuff and stuff like that, there's no point in doing it now, because you're getting close to death. So anyway, the thing is now, brothers, yeah, in their late 30s or whatever, they start going classes, yeah, they start, like, becoming students of knowledge, they start taking the deen seriously. But there's a problem now. When they were younger, and they were out there sleeping around, living this player clubbing, rapper lifestyle, yeah, they got kids out there now. Now the problem is this, yeah, they didn't give a damn before. Like I said, when older people gave them advice, it went in one ear and out the other ear. Because a lot of people, when they're young, yeah, they think that people that are older to them, yeah, they just dropped out the sky at 40 or, 50 or 30. Like, you think they just dropped out the sky at that age. No, they've been through what you've been through. It may be a bit different, you may have social media, but they've got, like, years of experience. So when they're talking to you, a lot of the time, it's because they don't want you to make the same mistakes, but you just think, why is this Wasteman speaking to me? But anyway, as people get older, these player boys and stuff like that, who are sleeping around and, hanging around with these non-Muslim boys who've got kids everywhere, and they got caught up in it, and they had a youth there that they didn't check for, yeah. The thing is this, when they start getting older, they start going classes now, because they know death is coming, and they start studying, like, Kitab al-Tawheed, Surah Al-Tilawah, and start, like, praying and trying to do everything halal and so forth. They got a youth out there now. But the thing is, the girl that they got the youth from, yeah, obviously she wasn't practicing because they did the zina, yeah, or obviously she wasn't even a Muslim. So now the thing is this guy's practicing. He's going through books, he's studying, he's learning Arabic, he's going to tajweed classes, he's doing all these things. But when he was younger, he was sleeping around. Now, Halloween comes up. He goes to see his youth, yeah. His youth is dressed up in a bloody devil costume, yeah. His youth is dressed up in a devil costume. Why? Because that child, when he was doing all that zina and this, that, he wasn't thinking. When guys are doing zina and stuff, they don't care if the girl's intelligent or she's on deen or not on deen or this, that, and the other. He's just, like, following his desires. But now when you're serious and you're studying and you're, like, trying to be a student of knowledge and you're trying to practice your past, yeah, you got use in different places. This girl's ready, it's Halloween now, and you go see your kid, yeah, and there's photos of him, with the 2 red horns and a little porch trick, and he's running around the house playing. Not only that, yeah, on Christmas, when Christmas comes up, there's Christmas decorations in, yeah. Not only that, there's different men coming around the house smoking weed and this, that, and the other with this girl that you got pregnant from, because she wasn't your wife, you wasn't on deen, you weren't married, and this, that, and the other, and so forth. So now, these guys are watching, yeah, they're watching their kids, yeah, which is part of them, yeah, which is a thought of their own, yeah, grow up on shirk, bid and kufr, and it's like you're seeing your kids go to Jahannam in slow motion. And it's your fault. But you didn't care when you was younger. So the whole thing is you're seeing in front of your eyes, your kid dressed up like what they believe shaitan looks like, dressed up for Halloween, doing trick or treat, yeah, Christmas decorations in the house, music videos being played, and he's speaking like these rappers or grime artists, whatever and so forth. Why? Because when they were younger, they were all about fitting in and, walking down the street with a spliff behind their neck and, doing zina because the non-Muslim boys are doing zina, going clubbing because the non-Muslim boys are doing club, clubbing, you know what I'm saying? Stabbing people because other people stabbing people. That's why the Prophet said that everyone is on the deen of their companions, you know? So, the whole thing is, all I'm just trying to say to you guys is that as a convert to Islam, who wasted a lot of time and got into a lot of, problems and so forth, yeah, just don't waste your time. There's no need for a Muslim boy to go in and out of police station, in and out of courts, in and out of, in and out of police station, spending most of your time inside jail and a few months on the outside. There's no reason for you to do this. You have Quran, you have Sunnah, you have a Muslim family. It's just don't mess up your life, you know? It's living life backwards. So, be your own person. Don't be a yes person. Get your grades, get your trade or whatever, get your, set up your business, whatever it is. But just be you and be a Muslim. And that's it, guys. I'm going to read through your questions and so forth, and then I'm going to call it a day. Assalamu alaikum to everyone who said salam. Muhammad has some call. Ibn Saf, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Salam Yasin. Assalamu alaikum Shah. Assalamu alaikum. Hereafter reminders. The best thing you could do, the best thing if you appreciate the dawah, is just share it, because maybe someone will be moved by something you was moved by, and make dua for Allah to forgive my shortcomings and sins that you don't know about, But the best thing is to do is, I know you mean good, but not to tell a brother to his face. Just, if you benefit from their work and their dawah, just share it, without them knowing, and make dua for them that on Yawm al-Qiyamah that Allah forgives their shortcomings that you don't know about, and that they escape the nar. That's how you can really help me. Share the stuff if it benefits you, and make dua for me that Allah forgives me on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Okay, any questions there? Assalamu alaikum, Phillips Jermaine. Assalamu alaikum, Ibrahim. Cool. Oz. Cool. If you left a question, I'll try and get through to it. Assalamu alaikum, your act is now forever. It's fair to people, yeah. Everyone when they're young, they are trying to fit in. Trying to fit in gets you into fitna. And I always say this, you see, if people make jokes of you because you're going to class or you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're doing the right thing, or you're being a Muslim, you're not doing zina, and people mock you that you're a virgin, or people mock you that you ain't had a girlfriend, or they mock you that whatever it is, because you're doing the right thing, cool. Like, you got two choices: either to get them off your back, because they're mocking you and making jokes about you. You can do what they want you to do, or you can just take the names and stuff there. But the thing is this: I guarantee you, if you don't do what they want you to do, and you take the insults and this, that, and the other, and so forth, that is going to be less problems for you than if you do what they're going to do. Like, say when someone takes the mickey out of you because you don't do zina, this, that, and the other, and so forth, and then you start chatting to girls and doing all this kind of stuff, and then you do zina, the fitna of doing zina is going to be worse than the names. A million times worth. Okay. Like I said, if you want to help, just share taps. If you want to help, just share the dawah, privately. Well, share the dawah without the person knowing, and just make dua that Allah forgives them on Yawm al-Qiyamah and they escape the hellfire. That's the best thing you could do. Snapchat. I have a Snapchat, but I never took it in. I never got round to using it. people say that you should use it and people say you shouldn't. People say you should use it because there's lots of Muslim youth that you can reach on there, but people say there's a bunch of haram on there. So I've got a Snapchat account. It's called Street or Dean. I'm gonna check it out maybe for a month or two, and then maybe see how it goes, man. Outweigh the pros and the cons. Do you have WhatsApp? Yeah, I inbox you. I got WhatsApp. Everyone, chapter 9, everyone acts according to his intentions. Your Lord is the best of him. Who's right? Yeah. It's just not worth having friends that you have to be a clown for them to accept you. Wa alaikum salam, Zaid official. Okay, cool. Okay, Evil Black is cool. Does anyone want to be a good friend? Does anyone want to be a good friend to be a good influence person? I think you mean I am fabulous. I'll inbox you. I'll inbox you. I am fabulous, man. Kenny 1234. Big up, you say, brother. Yeah, cool, bro. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I need some good companions. Say, bro, welcome. You guy bored and lose your hair. No, I always shave my head off. I always bald my head, Kenny. What's your thoughts on... But that situation with the two brothers and stuff like that, look, what you have to do is that as a Muslim, there's something called Aqidah. Yeah, and whether you know you should take knowledge from somewhere, you have to study the books of Aqidah. The Prophet, like after the Prophet left, the companions of the Salaf, the first 3 generations, when deviant Muslims arrived, yeah, they wrote down, what their belief was. Yeah, so if you read the books of Aqidah, things like Rasul Salah, the Creed by Imam Barbahari and all these things, you'll see what the early Muslims believed. They used to believe Allah is above the throne. They used to believe that Iman goes up and down. They used to believe that you're not a kafir if you did major sins, and you're not, and they never used to believe that if you sin and you don't sin, you've got the same Iman. They used to believe, whatever Allah says about himself, they affirm in the Quran. So you have to become acquainted with that. So when people come along and say certain things, you'll know whether it's in accordance with what the companions believed, or it goes against what the companions believed. Okay. Not everyone is a raver. Not everyone is a raver. Okay, maybe not me. I never said everyone was a raver. I'm saying that when you live in the West, that most boys, especially non-Muslim boys, go raving, and Muslims, when they hang around with non-Muslim people, they put the deen on pause. I did a video about this the other day. Look, you see, when the Muslim people, boys or girls, they hang around with non-Muslim friends, they put their deen on pause, but the non-Muslim friends do not put their deen, do not put their life on pause. What do I mean? Okay, if you're a Muslim boy, and you hang around with non-Muslim guys, when prayer time comes in, most times you're not going to pray. Why? The reason why you're not going to pray is because you're going to feel awkward because your iman is low. 2, you don't want them to feel awkward. But them, if they want to smoke a spliff, they don't care if you feel awkward about it. Look, they know you're a Muslim and you don't smoke, but they don't care. They're going to light up a spliff and smoke it in front of you. They're going to drink alcohol in front of you. Why? Because they're living their life. But when you're a Muslim and you hang around with non-Muslim people, you put your deen on pause because you don't want them to feel awkward, and your iman is not at a level that you're strong enough to pray in front of them. So basically, it's a one-way relationship where you put your life on pause, and for however long, whether it's 5 years, whether it's months, or whether it's decades, you just don't practice your deen around them, SubhanAllah. It's like the hadith where the Prophet said about the blacksmith maker and the perfume maker. He gave the similitude that a Muslim and his companionship is hang around with the blacksmith maker or the perfume maker. I'm sure you've all heard it. If you hang around with the perfume maker, which stands for good company, even if you're not making perfume, the nice smell will come off on you. Yeah? Just like if you hang around with good company, good deeds will come off you and you'll improve. Yeah? Even if you're not doing all the worship yourself, just being in that company rubs off on you. Same thing like if you're around people smoking weed, the blacksmith, people smoking weed and drinking and chatting about girl all the time, it's going to rub off on you, you know? I am boss, hence I am many alone as people are just loser and classy. Do you know what? The easiest place, I know people don't want to hear this and it's cliche, but the best place to make friends, yeah, is one, either go in Chuma, yeah, or go in like Arabic or Tajweed class, or go in like just normal new Muslim classes. Because when you go to the masjid, there's people just like you who are trying to practice, who have left their friends and stuff like that. Any class you go into the masjid, you're going to find people that practice and people that are trying to practice, you know? But people just don't want to hear that because it's cliche, but it's the reality. Male grant sabah, even a blind can see. Male grant sabah, so let's reap what you sow. Men are ridiculous and weak. Yeah. And you know when I find people coming from Muslim countries to England, I'm like, why are you here? And sometimes I meet young boys like coming from the Middle East, I think, why the hell are you here, man? Like there's nothing in London apart from sins, bro. I don't know, maybe if you're trying to get like an educational certificate because it might be recognized all over the world from a college or a university in England, maybe, and so forth. But apart from that, if I was born in a Muslim country, why the hell am I going to come to this place? This is like Shaitan's toilet, bro. You know? Okay, cool. I've looked through the things. I don't think there's anything more. If there's anything anyone wants to ask or so forth, let me know now before I log off, guys. Before I cut off. Because I'm going to be going soon, man. I think that's it. Okay, guys. Yeah, no problem. Anyway, thanks for listening this late up, inshallah. May Allah bless you in this life, and may He bless you in the next, and may He forgive us all of our shortcomings and help us escape the because that's the only thing that really matters. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Peacemaker, real talk, jazakallah khair. Take care, everyone, man. Make dua for me that Allah forgives my shortcomings and helps me to avoid the nar. I really, really mean it, man. Jazakallah khair.